Welcome to Tabletop Battle Adventures, D-Day 0730 hours, turn 15. This is part 2. For all the details on the units, their positions, casualties, objectives, and who holds them, any of the other important information, you got to go back and watch the 0730 hours, turn 15 introduction video. Here at Omaha Beach, the 916th Grenadiers, 2 platoons, defending. 743rd Tank Battalion, Company A, have all received their orders already, except for the Sherman Crocodile flamethrower tank. The 2nd Rangers, Company C, 1st Platoon, and 2nd Platoon have this will be their 2nd turn. And then these 116th Infantry, Company A, 1st Platoon, has made a little more progress. They've had an extra turn than the Rangers. Over on the hedgerows table, 506th Platoon keeps pushing forward. Gonna get into some action again here real soon. And then the 1058 Grenadiers and the 3 armored units from the 100th Panzer battling with the 506th. Some of the 6th Fallschirmjäger have moved forward to support the 1058. The rest of the 6th Fallschirmjäger is here defending the 2 bridges leading into Carentan, and also they hold the river lock. The river lock is open and has been flooding this whole battle, and it's been flooding down this way, and these green fields are flooded. Infantry can advance, no run, and no vehicles. The brown fields are normal movement, and the green and brown fields around the farm complex are all normal movement, other than if there's debris from exploding buildings. Carentan, held by the 6th Fallschirmjäger, and let's get into the action tonight. It is, we still haven't even given out the first order dice of this turn. It is going to be the U.S. turn, but we still have, I think, somewhere around 14 German units on ambush, and out of 77 total order dice for the Germans. And for the U.S., I think there's around 11 or 12 units on ambush out of 100. So before we can get to the first U.S. dice of this turn, we're going to need to have an ambush roll off. The green dice will be the U.S., and the brown dice will be the Germans. Let's see who's going to get to spring their next ambush. U.S. forces. For the U.S. forces, we have the 506 flamethrower team on ambush. We have Sergeant Caleb, the sniper, on ambush, and also Sergeant Jory, the sniper, on ambush. And that's all the units on ambush on this table. this battlefield. Over in Omaha Beach, we have the 116th Infantry sniper on ambush. He's a sergeant. We have the other sniper for the 116th on ambush, and we have the 2 Ranger snipers, both sergeants, starting on ambush. So I think we're going to spring. I'm going to go back over the hedgerow table, and Sergeant Caleb's going to make a move. Sergeant Caleb is going to spring his ambush. He has 2. So those are his grenades. Yeah, those are his grenades. He's got 2 grenades. So he is 4 inches from the Sergeant Gerald's half track, and so he can spot the half track. The half track's gunner and the driver's windows are 5 inches away from Sergeant Caleb. So he'll be able to spot this vehicle, and he's not even going to move forward. He's going to stay, because if he moves an inch forward, so when you're in a hedgerow looking at another unit in the hedgerow, you spot them in 4 inches or under. And when you're a vehicle looking into a hedgerow, you can spot anyone hidden in the hedgerow as long as you're 4 inches away. So like the gunner can see the soldier over here on the other side of the hedgerow because they're within 4 inches, I'm guessing. In this case, Sergeant Caleb, he is 4 inches from the front of the half track. So he knows there's a half track there, but he cannot see the gunner. So if he throws the grenade from here, it's going to be a -2 because he can see the front of the half track, but not the back of it, where he's obviously going to aim, trying to land it in the back. So he's going to be hitting on a 5 because of the kind of has to throw it and guess where the back of the half track is. So let's see if he can pull it off. And the reason he'd throw a grenade is because then he stays hidden, instead of if he moves forward within 4 inches to get a shot off. But he's got a sniper rifle. He's got a pistol. He could use the pistol, but come on. Let's throw a grenade. And the grenade markers are the green D6s for the U.S. That's how many grenades each soldier, even the dead soldiers, their grenades stay with them. And then the brown D6s represent the German grenades that are with units and with the dead. All right, let's see if he can land this. He's going to need a 5 to land a grenade in the back of Sergeant Gerald's half track. Oh, he lands it. Oh, yeah. Sergeant Caleb might be the hero. So it's going to be D3 pins, 1 pin, and then +2 penetration because of, it's a 2-inch AG. I don't run any 1-inch AGs for this game, just 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch. So the 2-inch AG grenade, and then it's going to be +2, open top, +3, and hitting the top armor, I think it's +4. Does that sound right? It'll be 2 for the HE, and then it's open top, so +3, and then hitting the top armor, +4. It might be wrong, but we're going to go with it. So +4, it is landing inside of the back of a half track. That's pretty terrible. So +4, and I run the half tracks as 8 armor because I do the soft skin vehicles as 7s, and the anything that would be a 7 is an 8, just because I think that a vehicle is harder to destroy than a human is. So, all right, so it's +4 against an 8. Oh, okay. And then it's a +1 on the damage result table also. Okay, so 8 versus 8 armor, but we're going to get the +1 still on the damage result roll. So that's going to mean instead of a -D6, 1d6 -3, it'll be 1d6 -2 on this damage roll. Oh, I think we're on fire. Sergeant Gerald's half track is on fire. Then make a morale check and see if they're going to put the fire out. So they have 2 pin markers, but those are going to be negated because there is 1058 3rd Section leader Sergeant Martin on foot, and plus First Lieutenant Eulander's Puma, and Sergeant Gerald is also an NCO, so he's still testing at a 10 and under. Let's see if he can pull it off. They pull it off. So they put the fire out, and Sergeant Gerald's going to go down. All right, fire's out. Sergeant Caleb is still hidden too. It has a grenade left. Sergeant Gerald goes down, and the turret, we need to see if the front turret is jammed. 1, 2, 3, turret's jammed. 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, not jammed. 4, 5, 6, jammed. Jammed turret. Ooh. Be facing straight forward. All right, turret's jammed. Yeah, front turret. And yeah, definitely made a difference. Sergeant Caleb's going to also, being an NCO, has 1 order dice to give out. He's going to order the 2nd Squad LMG team next to him to shift over just enough to be able to see through the gap in these hedgerows and spot 1058 Grenadiers 1st Section leader, Sergeant Michael, center screen, and he'll go down. All right, the LMG team is going to be able to see through the gap without a cover penalty at Sergeant Michael. So that is going to be movement 4, long range 5, and since Sergeant Michael has his attack dog with him, will not be a single man. So it'll be movement 4, long range 5, and then Sergeant Michael went down. So 7s. One possible. Miss. Well, now their position is no longer hidden. They're in hard cover. All right, next ambush roll off. Germans. 916th Grenadiers, 1st Platoon Sniper. He's on ambush. He's an NCO, Sergeant. He's going to spring his ambush with an advance order. He's going to go an inch toward the heavy mortar. He's going to order the heavy mortar to open fire on their same target, which is the 2nd Platoon leader of the 743rd Tank Battalion in the Jackson. And after he makes that order, he's going to continue his advance and end up in the center of this wall after his 6-inch advance. There we go. Sniper's got a great position for, he's not going to shoot now. He's going to go ahead and just get ready for a great position. All right, now for the mortar. The heavy mortar will be hitting the Jackson open-topped on a 5. Nothing the Jackson can do. Second platoon leader gets a direct hit. It's going to be D3 pins. 1 pin. Okay. And then +3 penetration. Open top makes it +4. And then top armor +5. And the Jackson's armor would be a 10, I think. I know it's supposed to be a 9, but I like to raise the armor level on each. So for example, like a King Tiger would end up with a 12 armor, which means you can only really do any damage from the side or the rear or the top. And then this tank would end up at a 10 armor instead of a 9, which I think is more realistic. Okay, 2nd platoon leader's got 2 pins, and now it's going to be the heavy mortar is going to be a +3 penetration, hitting the top armor +4, open topped +5 against a 10 armor. with it being open top, you'd think it would just wreck it anyways, but I think that's right. I think it's +3 for the heavy mortar, open top +4, and then hitting the top armor +5. All right, so 5 versus 10 armor. Hopefully it lands it in the cab or in this terribly designed open top. Here we go. Ooh. Nope, not going to penetrate. Must not have hit in the cab. Must have hit off the front armor. Ooh, got lucky. Just explodes on the front armor. But next time, the heavy mortar will be now hitting on it too. And the Jackson, second platoon leader, he's immobilized. No, but he can still fire until he gets destroyed. Okay, next ambush roll off. And Sergeant Gerald's half-track and second platoon leader's tank both got pretty lucky there. Alright, so new ambush roll off. US 116th Infantry sniper on ambush. He's a sergeant. He's going to receive an advance order, and he's going to order the soldier next to him from 3rd Squad, whose buddy is got a possible mortal wound. He's bleeding out at the end of this turn, 15. So he's going to order this soldier to grab his buddy and drag him up onto the sand. You can't try to heal the wounded in the water. You got to drag him onto the sand first. And once he gets onto the sand, he's got to take a landmine test. He's got 1 pin marker, so he's going to have to take a orders test. But first, we're going to advance the sergeant sniper forward from ambush. The sniper's not going to shoot. Actually, he has to take a landmine test, doesn't he? Uh-oh, let's rewind to the start of the sand. All right, 10 and under orders test. Does he hit a landmine? He's good. Once the soldiers make it up behind the, I forget what they're called, but the metal obstacles, they will have soft cover, not hard cover though, because it's not a very solid. I mean, it's metal, it's solid, but it isn't a solid wall. Okay, so next he ordered the 3rd Squad soldier. He'll take an order test now. First to see if he can advance with the pin that he has. He passes. Okay, he got rid of his pin. He's going to grab his wounded buddy. All right, he dragged him behind the tank. Because he dragged him to the tank, he won't be able to try to revive his buddy. Oh shoot, forgot they got to take a landmine test too. While he's dragging his wounded buddy, does he get a landmine? Oh, he does not. The sniper is going to shoot. He isn't going to be able to shoot as a sniper, but he's just going to throw a movement 4, and then let's see, long range 5. It's going to be 7s. Everybody's in hard cover for the Germans, so I think he'll just shoot at these soldiers. Actually, he's just going to shoot at the LMG gunner who's already got some pins in the building that was hit by the HE round from this 1st platoon tank earlier. So he needs 7s to hit the guy in there. Nope. Next, ambush roll-off. Americans. 116th Infantry Sniper. He's going to spring his ambush. He's going to advance straight forward and get into hard cover behind the beach obstacle. He'll be able to reach it. And he'll have to take a landmine test when he touches the sand, though. Anytime a U.S. infantry or armor receives advance or run orders on any of the beach sand or any of the brown dirt, but not the dark brown trench, not in the trenches, but in the open areas, in the brown open areas, they have to take a landmine test. So here we go. See what happens to our sniper. No landmine. Alright, sniper's in hard cover. He's in a sergeant. As he went by, he's going to order the is that a medium mortar? No, this would be a heavy mortar. Let me see. Yeah, that's the heavy mortar. He's going to order the heavy mortar, who has one wounded man bleeding out next turn. And so they're going to drag their buddy in and see if they can. It's only a 4-inch move in the water. They might be able to make it out of the water this turn. Maybe try to save their buddy. We'll see how far they can make. Oh, first they got to take the orders test. So they'll be testing at 10 and under because there's NCOs around, and there's the 116th First Squad Assistant Leader there, and there's the platoon sergeant here. So plenty of buddies around to take a test at a 10 and under. They pass. To my surprise, they will be able to make it. All the soldiers, the whole base is going to make it up there onto the sand. They will not be able to save their buddy this turn because they had to bring their weapons and also drag their wounded buddy. Gonna have to pass the landmine test. 10 and under. They pass. Somebody else can get over to them. They can try to work on them this turn, or maybe next turn. The whole mortar team will try at saving them. When you're trying to save a wounded soldier, a medic starts the first time they try to save. A 4-up is a save, and then any soldier who attempts to save immediately following the medic would be saving on a 3, 2, and then 1 autosave. And then if a regular soldier starts out with trying to save a wounded soldier, first the roll is a 6 and up, and then if another soldier right away starts or tries to help them, it's a 5, and then a 4, 3, 2, 1. If there's 6 soldiers nearby enough to work on the wounded soldier. Sniper's going to go ahead and take his shot. He won't be able to shoot as a sniper, which would make it on a 3, but he will. You know what? He can see the heavy mortar guy with the with his binoculars peeking over the top there. So we're going to go ahead and take a shot at him. It's going to be on 7s because it's movement 4, long range 5, hard cover 7s. But let's just go for it. That's a miss. Next time he'll be in position to shoot as a sniper. Next ambush roll off. Germans. I'm glad I remembered which German really needed to act on an ambush is Sergeant Neiman, 6th Fallschirmjäger sniper, who's in the attic of the building in the center screen. And he has been spotted, and the 3-inch AT gun has a perfect shot on him. So yeah, we're going to spring that German's ambush in the attic, and advance order, he's going to get the hell away from that window. Yep, there he is. So he's gotten far enough away from the window now that if the U.S. used their shot to shoot the attic window, it won't do any damage to him because he's not within the 4-inch template range. If he's anywhere in that 4-inch template around the window, it'd be a 3-inch for the 3-inch AT gun, I think. But yeah, if the 3-inch template would reach him, then he would be considered in range. But he's out of range now. He's got to switch positions. Maybe get down to one of these second story windows. All right, there we go. His buddy Sergeant Lehman, the other 6th Fallschirmjäger sniper, was in the attic of this hotel building, and he was spotted. And I didn't get him out of there fast enough earlier in the battle, and then the 506th 57mm AT gun lined up on him and blew him up. A lot of action still to go for this 0730 hour turn 15. Might take 9 or 10 parts again to get through the 100 US order dice and 77 German order dice. But every 3 nights, play as much as I can and let the battle unfold. A lot of action though. The 88 for the Germans still hasn't acted. I think he has 1 pin marker to get rid of them. And the Pack 40 still hasn't been given an order either. 88 and the Pack 40. So, it's going to wrap it up for me for tonight. In about 3 nights, I'll get back to the battle. Oh, there'll be a lot of firepower coming from the Germans onto the soldiers on the beach soon. All the tanks have already acted except for the M4 Sherman Crocodile flamethrower tank. But a lot to do here. The mortars haven't acted. The 3-inch AT gun, lot of action. 57mm AT gun still hasn't acted. Sergeant Travis's scout car, a lot to do. There's an artillery strike coming in here next turn. So these U.S. forces either have to get backwards real quick or forwards. Probably going to push forward. Can't believe Sergeant Garrell's half-track didn't get knocked out. Well, a few nights left. Yeah, probably 3 nights I'll be back down here. And if you want to know what's really going on, you got to watch the introduction video for this turn 15. 2 videos ago. And then you find out where everybody's at. More details. Casualties. It took I think 30 minutes to do the introduction video just to explain the situation on the battlefield. So can't do that every time. And once the U.S. forces get closer to these bridges, 6 Fallschirmjäger positioned in hard cover here. It's going to be really tough. So first they have to get past this defenses here. A lot of battle left to be fought. Take till about July, I think, to finish. I'll give you a sneak peek what I got going on next on this large table. Once this battle's over, around hopefully July this year, I'll be setting up. Well, first of all, this table here will be converted into a Anglo-Saxon town up on the hill, and then the Vikings will land on the beach, and the Vikings will have to capture as many civilians from the Anglo-Saxon town as they can. Then there'll be a church, of course. Be treasure to loot, prisoners or civilians to capture, and Saxons will have to get to the town and defend it. Doesn't look like it now, but I'll get it set up real nice. So that'll be happening on this table, and it's 200 Vikings versus 200 Saxons. I've been painting them every night after this tabletop night. I paint for one night as much time as I have, and I'm painting Anglo-Saxons right now. And then on this large table, I'm gonna leave it mostly how it is because it took quite a while to set it up. I'm gonna convert it into a Middle Eastern table. We're gonna do the over here. We're gonna do the Battle of Fallujah, and I've got here's the Taliban forces here. I won't go into details tonight. Here is the insurgent forces in the white bases that have body armor, and then the brown bases are insurgents that don't have body armor. farm animals. And all of these silver gray bases are all civilians, Middle Eastern civilians. All of the pink bases are heavy weapons insurgents. And then in their trucks also, recoilless rifles, anti-aircraft vehicles, civilian vehicles in the background, lots of fake explosives and stashes of cash and suspicious packages. Look a lot like some kind of drugs. And then the U.S. forces got a platoon of Rangers in the green. These are all, I'll be playing bolt action modern rules. The red bases are Marine Corps platoon. The blue bases are one platoon of Army, regular Army. Purple bases are one platoon of Delta Force, and the orange bases is one platoon of Navy SEALs. And then here's some like Black Ops guys, different kinds of markers. Back here, you got the Blackhawks, was it Cobra attack helicopter, more Blackhawks. Got the Apache, another Blackhawk. So, oh yeah, we got Abrams, Bradley, Stryker. What are those? The AAVPs, 3 of them, and then 12 up armored Humvees, different weapons. But anyways, that's going to be on the big table, and it's going to be basically hide all of the insurgent and Taliban forces. There'll be IEDs in some of the vehicles. It's going to be amazing. And then we'll start out level hard is starting out with just like a platoon. See if you can clear the whole city with just a platoon. If that platoon gets in trouble, then you gotta go to level medium, add another platoon to rescue the first platoon. That's too much to go through tonight though. But alright, see you next time. And yeah, thanks for coming out.